Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. As always, my name is Jay, and in this video I want to talk about some of the new rules that have been ahead of time released by Games Workshop about the new Space Marines Codex, right? More about the detachments, as well as some of their rules, their special rules, their stratagems, etc. And I really like what I am reading. Obviously, it'll come down to the points costs and the specific models, but as we saw from the Tyranids, it wasn't a big jump from the data slate. So I'm hoping it's the same thing, obviously, and we know ahead of time, some models will be discontinued like bikes, but Outriders will still prevail. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And let's go over the rules and the impact. And once again, of course, with these new detachments, though they each have the theme similar to a division of the previous armies, like there's a kind of like a White Scars theme. Any army can run any detachment. You can have Blood Angels running the quote-unquote White Scars detachment. Dark Angels, probably. It doesn't matter. These are detachments, not factions of Space Marines, which is really cool. Allowing an individual to play with any style that they want with any colored army, which is awesome. So, of course, let's start off with a Stormlance Task Force. This is kind of the White Scars themed one. It's all about speed, hitting your opponent quickly and hard, about assault. And so their detachment rule is called Lightning Assault, and basically units in your army are eligible to declare a charge, in a turn in which they advanced or fell back, which is amazing. A whole army being able to advance and assault, like you're talking about a turn one, probably assault, and they can fall back and assault, allowing them to go first. Like, this is huge, right? This is awesome that they can literally just fall out of combat and jump right back into combat. The whole army, basically. This is going to be powerful. I really like this one. I know the game is more about shooting than assault, but to me this seems like a really solid detachment rule, and I really like it. I want to run a whole army of bikes for my Dark Angels. I want to try this detachment and just have some fun and shoot them at my opponent and see what happens. Works for me, right? Plus, the other thing is, of course, there's going to be the new Primaris Marines with Assault jump packs, and so they'll come into play as well. They've released a rule for them as well of Hammer of Wrath. So for the Assault intercessors, they have Hammer of Wrath, so if they get into close combat, roll a d6 for every model in base to base, I believe, and on a 4-up they take a mortal wound. Helps hit them hard too. So once again, you have an army that can hit hard and get there quickly, close the gap, make it interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. They've also released one specific stratagem for this detachment. It's called Windswift Evasion, and this one's actually really kind of fun and nasty. I like it. When your opponent's movement phase, basically just after an enemy ends a normal, advance, or fallback move. So once again, if you're in close combat and your opponent jumps out of close combat, you can play the stratagem for one command point, and what it does do is allows one target Adeptus Astartes squad or model unit from your army to move that is within 9 inches of that enemy that moved. They can make a normal move up to 6 inches. Cool. So basically, if they leave, you can kind of jump right back and engage them, or move back, or move out of cover. Move into cover, for example. You can make a normal move, and it helps you survive. Because if they jump out of close combat, you can hide. You can jump into ruins. You could engage with them. You can engage with another squad. The only restriction is you cannot select a unit that is already engagement range with another enemy unit. You can't leave combat to do this move. Makes sense. Makes sense. Up next, we have the Vanguard Spearhead Detachment. Once again, this is kind of like an Iron Hands, I guess it's the theme. I guess it's like the Iron Hands one. I don't know. But it's an interesting one. Basically, it's all about kind of like stealth and sneaking around and all that fun stuff. Their detachment rule is called Shadow Masters, hence like the stealth and attacking from the stealth. Each time a ranged attack, it targets an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army, unless the attack model is within 12 inches, subtract 1 from the hit roll, and the target has the benefit of cover against these attacks. Cool! So it helps keep your models alive. Once again, if anything's past 12 inches, -1 to hit, and counts as being in cover, so +1 to the armor save. If it doesn't negate cover, Cool stuff, helps keep your guys alive. I'm not as interested in this one. I think it's kind of a cool defensive one, but I'm more interested in the more offensive armies. Like they're going to be more fun. But yeah, instead it'll help keep your guys alive. Cool stuff there. We'll see how it goes. Maybe there's going to be some builds that you want to keep back. It helps keep your guys alive. Good stuff there. And they also have one stratagem released as well for that one. It's one command point. It's called Strike from the Shadows. It's when your shooting phase, of course, the target is one Adeptus Astartes infantry unit. So it has to be an infantry unit. That's the big keyword in this, infantry, from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. And the effect is until the end of the phase, each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets an enemy unit that is more than 12 inches away, improve your ballistic skill and arm penetration characteristic of your attack by 1. That's cool. AP, an extra 1, and 2s to hit instead of 3s in most cases. If one or more enemy models are destroyed as a result of those attacks, select one of those destroyed models, and that destroyed model unit must take a battle shock test. Cool. Maybe you'll get lucky, force a battle shock test, battle shock them so they can't use any stratagems. Cool stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff. I like that a lot too. I still think I like the White Scars guys more, but this is pretty cool stuff too. And that's it. So far they've talked about 5 of the 6 detachments, so that's really cool stuff. I'm excited for this new Space Marines Codex. I'm excited to run Dark Angel versions of these new Space Marine Codex. That'll be cool. We'll see how it goes, right? But I really do think that a lot of the data slates aren't going to change too much because the Tyranids one didn't change drastically between the Tyranids data slate and the Tyranids Codex. We'll see what happens with the Space Marines. Obviously, points will not matter because they're going to change the points like a week later, as they did with the Tyranids. Before the Codex even came out, the points were out of date for the Codex. It's pretty crazy. But I really like the White Scars, detachment. It'll really hit really hard, and if you're running a salty themed army, it's gonna be pretty cool. The sneaky one's cool too, just it helps keep your guys alive, versus the other ones are offensive. They get in close combat and kill stuff. Either way, it's gonna be fun. I like the thoughts of the new Space Marine Codex. What do you like so far? What are your thoughts on the new detachments, the new rules, the new stratagems, from what you've heard so far? By the time the Codex has come out, we'll probably know everything about the Codex, which is cool. And we'll go from there. As I said, it's going to be a popular army because of Space Marines in general, but I really do like the way that it's all about detachments, not sub-factions. Ultramarines play this style, White Scars play this style, Blood Angels play this style, none of that. Right? Imperial Fists play this style. You can build whatever colored army you want and play the army however you wish, which is, to me, the smarter move from GW. It doesn't pigeonhole factions like that, and 2, it just makes it so much more fun and so much better. I love this. I really do like this style of these detachments. So what do you think? Leave comments in the comment section down below. Please like the video, comment in the description down below, and subscribe to my channel if you've already done so. It really helps a lot. Stay tuned for more videos about reviews and painting and everything in general. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.